BingX, a trusted global crypto exchange. Trade spot, futures, or copy top traders easily. Sign up via the link or referral code to get 30 USDT instantly, plus up to 1,500 USDT in bonuses for verification, deposit, and trading.
The International Committee of the Red Cross, widely known as the ICRC, has been actively involved in facilitating the difficult and emotionally charged search for the remains of Israeli hostages within the Gaza Strip. Officials from the ICRC have confirmed their participation in operations that saw them accompany members of Hamas in areas of Gaza that are still under the purview of the Israeli military. This delicate endeavor is taking place in the context of a US-brokered ceasefire, which came into effect on October 10. A cornerstone of this agreement mandates Hamas to return the remains of all Israeli hostages as swiftly as possible. In return, Israel has committed to repatriating the bodies of 15 Palestinian individuals for every Israeli hostage whose remains are recovered. To date, Hamas has returned the remains of 15 hostages, but the pace of these returns has stalled in recent days. Concerns have been raised that some of these fallen hostages may be located in areas situated beyond the designated yellow line, a boundary established to mark Gaza's ceasefire zone. Sarah Davies, a spokesperson for the ICRC, detailed the organization's role, stating, "At the request of the parties, the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, yesterday accompanied a party to the conflict as the party searched for the remains of the deceased past the IDF-designated yellow line." She further clarified the ICRC's position, emphasizing, "The parties to the conflict determined the modalities of the operation and entrusted the ICRC to act as a neutral intermediary. The ICRC was not involved in those negotiations." Davies was clear to add, "The ICRC was not involved in the search for the deceased, nor does it take part in the physical recovery of remains." A senior Red Cross official subsequently confirmed to The Guardian that the party to the conflict mentioned in the statement was indeed Hamas. This operation unfolds against the backdrop of international humanitarian law, which places the responsibility for the search, collection, and retrieval of human remains squarely on the shoulders of the parties engaged in conflict. The urgency of this situation was further amplified on Saturday when United States President Donald Trump issued a stark 48-hour ultimatum to the militant group. Hamas is going to have to start returning the bodies of the deceased hostages, including 2 Americans, quickly, or the other countries involved in this great peace will take action, Trump declared on his social media platform, underscoring the international pressure mounting on Hamas as this critical deadline loomed. Hamas, with the accompaniment of the ICRC, joined forces with Egyptian teams. These Egyptian teams received authorization from Israel on Sunday to conduct searches for remains beyond the line, indicating the Israeli military's withdrawal within Gaza. An Israeli spokesperson indicated that the Egyptian contingent would be utilizing heavy machinery, including excavators and trucks, for this significant undertaking. This critical development was independently corroborated by an unnamed Israeli official, who informed Hebrew-language media outlets that Hamas representatives had been granted permission to enter areas of Gaza under the control of the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, to assist in the search for hostage remains. Working alongside Egyptian and Red Cross teams, the official was quoted by Army radio as saying, "For this purpose, Hamas members were allowed to cross the yellow line." Adding to the visual narrative, footage disseminated by Qatar's Al Arabi network appeared to capture members of Hamas's specialized Shadow Unit, a unit within the group's military wing specifically tasked with the guarding of hostages, escorting a Red Cross vehicle in the Al-Mawasi area, located near Rafah and situated outside of Israeli military control. When approached by The Guardian for comment regarding the reported presence of Hamas operatives in areas under Israeli control for the search of hostage remains, the Israel Defense Forces, IDF, did not issue an immediate response. The quest to locate the bodies of Israeli hostages taken by Hamas has emerged as one of the most profoundly sensitive and complex issues within the framework of the ceasefire agreement established between the two parties. The challenges in identifying and recovering these remains are immense, compounded by the estimated 60 million tons of debris scattered across the Strip. Adding to the gravity of the situation, Gaza's health ministry reports that at least 10,000 Palestinians are currently listed as missing, believed to be buried beneath the extensive rubble. Hamas has asserted that it lacks precise knowledge of the whereabouts of all the deceased, citing a loss of communication with several of its units that were reportedly holding captives and are now believed to have perished during Israeli bombardments. However, on Sunday, an Israeli government spokesperson countered this claim, asserting that Hamas possesses this vital information. If Hamas made more of an effort, they would be able to retrieve the remains of our hostages, the spokesperson stated, implying a lack of full commitment. While President Trump has acknowledged the extreme difficulty in reaching some of the locations where remains are believed to be, he also pointedly remarked that others they can return now and, for some reason, they are not. He further speculated, it may have to do with the disarming of Hamas. The United States has received assurances from Washington that Hamas will disarm. Though no concrete timeline has been established for this crucial step, the militant organization, however, remains hesitant to relinquish its weaponry without unequivocal guarantees concerning the future security of its fighters, a sticking point in ongoing discussions.